AJ made a great, that's right in my sight line. So I saw the jump he was able to get and the route he took. And it looked like he had a beat on it, but it was definitely going a little bit. And Judge was able to finish it off. And he made a couple great plays out there. And that one he made look a little bit routine. It was not an easy play. So a little drama there, but a good win.
Hicks said there was no doubt in his mind that he was coming down with that ball. Was there any doubt in your mind?
I knew he got it. Like I said, I knew he got a good break, and I knew his route was good. I just wasn't sure if it was going to be able to get to the fence or not. I knew he hit it pretty well, so I felt good about the break on the ball. So, and usually if Judgy gets his hands on it, he's pulling it in.
What do you think of the job that Holder did? Runners on first and third, nobody out.
He continues to come up big for us. He's become a huge part of our bullpen. Obviously, a huge spot there, huge leverage spot. In a way, you're kind of just hoping to get out of there with a run and keep it tied. And he just, man. And Reynolds throws a really good at bat against him. I don't know what it ended up being, 11, 12 pitches. He just kept making pitches, and just a big-time outing, and our pen tonight, just a big-time performance by them.
How much has Holder specifically risen in your ranks from earlier in the season?
Huge, huge. He went from a guy that, frankly, kind of barely made the team out of spring training, was sent down pretty early. And since he's come back, he's just earned more and more opportunities, earned bigger opportunities. And like I said, the more guys we can have in the mix in those high leverage spots, the more we can kind of protect each other. And man, just another terrific performance. So proud of what he continues to do.
What did Sonny Gray do today that was different than the last time he faced them?
Look, I think it always gets back to for Sonny pounding the strike zone, and I thought he was really aggressive in the strike zone today. I thought the stuff was good. This was like a hot August night out there, so I think he got a little tired, especially having to run the bases there. But I thought for the most part, I thought his breaking balls, both the curveball and the slider, were good pitches for him. I thought he did a good job of getting ahead. I thought the fastball was good tonight. I actually thought they performed pretty well against him, considering I thought his stuff was really good. I thought his tempo was good, and I thought his command was really good overall. Big-time strike-to-ball ratio, and, a good effort by him.
What's keyed this for Holder?
He's kind of switched from more of a curveball to a slider, and we've seen a little bit bump in the velocity since spring training, and I know a year or two ago, he was throwing harder and he had lost some of the velocity, but we're routinely now seeing 92, 93, 94 miles an hour. And the one thing he does great is pound the strike zone, but he's relied more on the slider as opposed to the curveball early in the year, and that's become a real weapon for him. But the changeup's been a factor too against some lefties. So I think the slider and a little bump in velocity has been huge for him.
How pleased were you that they left the lefty and to fit Stanton there to give you, obviously came through with the big double there to give you some insurance.
Right.
He's hit lefties all year.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I always like a matchup when a lefty's in there facing G, but, you understand, like, those things, especially on a day like today, are possible because, you don't always have the liberty of, using guys probably exactly how you want just because you're trying to protect certain guys. So, we try and strategically build in the potential that he faces more lefties in those spots if they want to attack Didi, say, with a lefty. So, in the end, I don't mind it. Long way of getting there. I don't mind it. How about that?
Judge gets a lot of credit for bringing back homers because he's so tall at the wall, but the rest of his defense, do you think that's a little underrated, the way he runs, the way he gets jumps on the ball? He's got, I think, Gold Glove close to the finalist last year.
He's a really good defender, and he takes a lot of pride in it. Obviously he's made some tremendous throws that have been kind of highlight-worthy, and but he seems to always get the right break on the ball. He works really hard at his defense. You watch him every day kind of working and how efficient he is with his work out there. So, Judgy takes so much pride in being an all-around player, and defense is a big part of it.
I know it's only one game and change today against them, but you guys shut down Bryce Harper. What was working for you guys today against him?
I think he's just in one of those little funks where, you're kind of happy to face him right now. You're never really happy to face him, but he's in one of those where you kind of quietly get out of town because at some point he's going to catch fire. So, just one of those funks that even a great player is going to hit at some point during the season.
With Holder and the curveball, or the slider, is it just that he has better command of the slider, or does the slider complement his fastball and changeup better?
I think it's been more of a compliment thing. Honestly, I think it's been a more effective repertoire for him because he had pretty good command with the curveball too, but that slider's become a real weapon for him.
How curious are you to see the Mariners, given what they've been doing this season?
Yeah, it's a good club. Got to see them a little bit, just obviously highlights and stuff, and guys are starting to dive in on them a little bit right now. Obviously, they're a dangerous club, and they're playing really well. They seem to have an offense that, puts the ball in play. They got some good players having good years. Their bullpen is deep with a really strong back end. So, it's one of those teams that you feel like you probably got to play really well if you're going to have a chance to beat them.
Surprising they've done this right after Cano leaves.
Impressive. I mean, really impressive. Sometimes those big events like that happen, or a big blow to a team, you wonder what that's going to do, because you can easily go this way, and in a way it's kind of rallied them and galvanized them a little bit, and other guys have been forced to step up, and they've gotten a lot of big production from guys that maybe you didn't expect.
Is the plan still Frazier? Same thing.
Frazier, yeah, he'll go with us home. Yeah.